And our final guest today is Ellen Stanley, a tour guide with Streetwalker Tours. No, just hang on. You're going to like this, I promise you. Hey, it's good to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's great to see you in person.
Oh, the tours take in the tunnels of Tulsa, and not everybody knows that we have a tunnel system that one can tour that was once used by any number of high-level bankers. First, how many tunnel systems do we have?
Well, it's all sort of one continuous tunnel system. Currently, it joins 7 buildings. That number may grow as some buildings are being renovated right now, and we do believe there's tunnels to those buildings as well.
Why?
Well, back in the 20s, when most of these tunnels were dug, the 20s and 30s, we had a lot of money in Tulsa. We were the oil capital of the world, but we also had a pretty high crime rate. So these oil men who were doing all this business wanted to be able to get from their buildings to the bank as safely as possible.
And back.
And back. And what's the easiest way but underground?
Any idea who thought this up?
Well, you know, when Tulsa first became a big town, it was brand new. We were a little small cow town before that. So we were copying some of the styles of other big cities. Chicago already had a tunnel system. They had pedestrian tunnels, they had utilitarian tunnels, and then they even had a subway. So when we were starting to build our own city, we copied some of their elements. And the tunnel system just worked really well for what our oilmen needed.
Well, let me clarify for the folks at home, so that you understand. These are nice, big tunnels. They're not things you have to do like this and get all cramped up or crawl through water. They're nice and airy. They're well lit, and there's plenty of room. In fact, you can probably get a stagecoach through them.
You probably can on most of them.
If you need it. But safety was tantamount to everything for these men, because these guys, you know, would leave their office packing untold thousands of dollars and just walk to the bank and make a deposit.
That's right. They had the paperwork they needed. They had the money, cash. They had to be able to safely get to where they were going. And as you said, get back again. And this was just the perfect way to do it. And we still use these tunnels today. They still lead to one of the banks in Tulsa.
Is that right?
But if you work in some of the downtown buildings, you probably use these tunnels to go out to lunch now. And if you're visiting downtown Tulsa, you have access to many of these tunnels during weekdays. If you want to know about these tunnels, you should ask Streetwalker Tours to give you a tour.
I love the idea. Well, my wife and I made the tour.
Excellent.
Some years back, and it was well worth the time. We have a building also downtown that I think the top of it was used as a weather indicator.
The weather teller, that's the Exchange National Bank. It's now called the 320 building, and that's the bank that was the bank back in the day. And that cupola on top was used as a weather teller in the 60s and 70s. If it shone red, that meant it was bad weather coming. If it shone green, it was good weather. Unfortunately, it takes twice as much electricity to make green neon glow as it does to make red neon glow. And in the 70s, when we were having the oil crisis, we just couldn't afford good weather anymore. So we either had to have bad weather or we had to turn off the weather teller.
We have so many interesting buildings downtown. There's a lot of Art Deco.
Yes.
But we have a lot of other structures as well.
Oh, we have so many beautiful styles, and it does sometimes get on my nerves that everybody thinks everything is Art Deco. One of my tours called Name That Style actually teaches you what elements to look for in each of these architectural styles. By the end of that tour, you'll be an expert. You'll be able to pick it out right every single time.
You gotta love it. Look, we got about 40 seconds. The name of your company again?
It's Streetwalker Tours. And you can find us at streetwalkertours.com or on Facebook, Streetwalker Tours.
And they can book tickets through
You can book tickets. We have a calendar, so you can book any tickets there. If you don't see what you need, just book a private tour.
I love that. Meet me on the corner. Well, I want to thank you, Ellen, for being here and telling us about the tours and about the tunnels. And perhaps we need to take a camera down there sometime.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Well, we'll see if we can work it out.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a part of it.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's it for today's edition, and we'll see you back next time.